want.
Yeah, so let's segue.
Okay.
Whoop.
Global warming.
Global warming.
Whoa.
Controlled.
Spicy air.
Why don't we'll each give our thoughts on what global warming actually is.
Okay, so my thoughts on global warming. The traditional sense of global warming to me is completely made up. I'm not saying the world's not getting hotter. That's ridiculous to believe that the world's not getting hotter. The evidence for it is overwhelming. But saying that humans are solely responsible for the Earth warming up is false. If you actually look at science related to it, we've documented it to death. The Earth goes through these cycles where it gets warmer, it gets colder. It's what happens. We're currently leaving a minor ice age, which the world had been in for the past, who knows, like 16,000 years or something like that.
Oh, so we have to deal with this for fucking 16,000 years?
More or less.
I thought it was going to be... I'm not going to...
Yeah, so that's what it's pointing towards now.
The tick population is going to be out of control.
Already is. So the world's getting warmer now, which is what it's supposed to be doing. Does your carbon footprint affect it? Absolutely. Does the individual person have to do something to change their carbon footprint? Fuck no. It's not the individual. It's large businesses. It's these rich people. All these motherfuckers with fucking boats that produce as much fucking carbon monoxide as New York does in a year. Yeah. They do it in a day. It's those people that need to adjust their shit. Should we be worried about the Earth warming up? Not really. Not overly. Something that we should be cautious about and be paying attention to. They were saying that the melting of the polar ice caps would make the water rise. If we actually if we go back 10 years and we see what they said related to it, Los Angeles should be underwater right now. Mm-hmm. New York should be underwater right now. It's not.
There are lots of places that have been submerged underwater now, though.
Give me an example.
Isn't there a place in the middle? Isn't like the coast of the Middle East all fucking...
You mean Saudi Arabia, where they purposely built in the ocean and then started filling the ocean with sand to make themselves look fancy?
Maybe,
because that's what they
did.
That's what they did in Saudi Arabia to make themselves look so okay. Not hating on Saudi Arabia, although I don't like them, but they have some really cool fucking shit.
Again, when we make those statements, it's not at the people; it's government.
It's the government, yeah, the royal family. They have some really cool fucking shit over there. Okay, like. We know that the American government and any world government at this point can control the weather to a degree, right? Mainly because of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia does cloud seeding all the time. They can make it rain if they want to. Like, it's not even that hard to do. It's not that fancy of a technology. But Saudi Arabia, just to jerk themselves off to be like, look how much money we have. They went into the fucking ocean, started loading in trucks and trucks of sand and built that Palm Beach Island thing.
Okay.
And they built houses on it. Except, and like you said, like it's used as an example of like the rising waters. It's like maybe the water is rising, but also it's an artificial island that they built out of sand in the ocean to jerk off how fancy they are.
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna go with New York is still existing over Palm Island sinking.
Yeah.
Right.
Palm Island.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, I know. It's so brutal how much they didn't put any effort into that at all. Well, and even back to like the WEF thing, they got most of their photos off of like Adobe stock photo. Like, what the fuck are you guys? Again, and it goes back to like the fucking Bohemian Grove. Like, spend some fucking money, you cheap pieces of shit. Like, infinite resources. Let's use Vistaprint. Like, fuck you guys. Vistaprint is part of the WEF. Boycott Vistaprint. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. It could be, but I don't know.
But that's my.
I think there's probably some logic to like water levels doing funny shit. Maybe not to the extremes of like people are going.
What that they were saying was going to be 10 years ago.
I think like in 10 years from now, there's going to be some population displacement
from water.
Yeah,
I could see that. I could see it, but I don't think it will have to do with your carbon footprint. I think it just has to do with the natural heating of the planet.
Yeah. You know what? Not to like segue too far away from global warming. But something that just makes me really excited to think about is like this dependency on like tech and then a solar flare just smoking Earth and decimating all of these businesses. Yeah. Like the world will go insane.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing. I've looked into that one because I can't wait for the apocalypse to happen because I'll finally be happy. But But
my purpose.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm just like, yay!
Yeah.
but I've looked into the solar flare thing, and unless the power of the solar flare, I don't want to crush your dreams or anything, right? And I don't want to crush my own dreams. I'm hoping that this is false, but the power that the solar flare would have to be to fry everyone's electronics would be powerful enough to just kill you on impact.
Yeah.
Because now we
But
have
we don't
EMT
need-
protection. And
We
that kind of
don't
stuff.
need it to kill us on impact, and we don't need it to wipe out the entire
Technological grid.
the entire tech grid. Just a portion.
Just
Like, can you imagine 20% and it being in a very populated, like, Canada would lose its fucking mind. The U.S., even if it was just the U.S., just Canada, they would go fucking nuts, either or.
I think Toronto would lose its fucking
Yeah.
mind. Like,
They-
there's
they-
like 4
Toronto-
major cities in Toronto.
Toronto would just branch out and start killing Canadians to take over their Wi-Fi. Immediately. They would be fucking...
They wouldn't make it far. I know there's a lot of farmers around just north of Toronto, and those guys are just itching to fucking end them.
Yeah. We've been waiting for this day
Yeah.
all our lives.
A lot of
Anyway,
hillbilly-
back to global warming
Yeah.
and not our crazy nonsense. So that's your thoughts that, like, the environment needs to be taken care of, but it's not as crazy and scary as they think it is.
I think we should take care of the environment, take care of pollution. That's bad.
Yeah.
I don't think the individual person is responsible for their carbon footprint. I think it's major corporations and rich individuals. And I think the Earth goes through cycles of hot and cold.
Yeah.
That's my.
That's why it's Mother Earth.
Yeah. She's PMSing right now.
Gotcha, bitch. Mine is relatively similar. Like, and I don't. They always try and use like these big scary trigger words. You know?
Yeah.
It's global warming, then it's climate bullshit.
Climate change.
Climate change, but they put all of this bullshit behind it to make it sound scary. Like,
Yeah.
climate change on its own, like you said, if the Earth goes through cycles, it's just part
what
of
happens.
that natural
Yeah.
process. But I think having like environmental responsibility, and to my level would be bringing it to the individual.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be a litter bug.
Yeah.
You know, don't do needless, wasteful shit. Don't drive fucking cars into the water. Don't fucking, don't fucking do an oil change on a beach. Like, just don't do dumb fucking stuff. But I mean, people do that. And, like, we do it even if you're doing it for whatever reasons, or you're gonna donate money. Like, just stop doing stupid shit to the environment. Don't clear cut a bunch of trees.
Yeah.
You know, and we've talked about that. We have a solution. Boom. It's easy as fucking pie, and everybody wins.
Yeah.
And we save a pile of the fucking earth. But I think there would be some responsibility to the individual. And, like, you go to certain places where people are proud and, like, have that kind of built in. Like, if you go out east here, like, there's a lot of cities where, like, it's immaculate.
Yeah.
And it's fucking gorgeous. And, like, the food tastes better, the water tastes better, everything is good.
Yeah.
You know, and then, like, even having, like, a recycling program that actually does something and isn't just a jerk-off joke.
Yeah,
Where
seriously.
we're just going to, like, take that and
Can we
smash
just
it.
hit the recycling in the world real quick? If you recycle, good for you, but it's not doing anything. Your recycling programs in your cities are complete bullshit. Most of the stuff you recycle ends up in the dump anyway.
100%. And it's misdirection to make it look like we're doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
Or we're making recycled plastic. Again, most of it goes to the dump.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of specs to what can be reused, what can, and it's smashing it up into bricks and using it to build houses is not a great idea. There is a mushroom that eats plastic, though.
I've heard about that mushroom. Yeah.
So, and then I think that's what will take over the world.
The plastic eating mushroom?
The plastic eating mushroom.
Because, we have like microplastics in us now, so it could eat us. You're like, oh no!
Fuck! But anyway, plastic, and then like the ground rubber tires was another thing. Like, we're grinding up all this stuff we don't know how to get rid of.
Yeah.
And then we're putting it on playground yards.
Yeah.
And it's full of chemicals.
Yeah.
And now kids are getting really sick and developing tons of fucking like blood cancers, Lymphoma. What's the other shitty one that starts with an L?
I don't know.
There's another scary cancer that starts with an L. But a pile, and like it's because we're rolling around in this, and they're using it for fields. Same thing. And
I know, isn't it weird? Isn't it
crazy
that they're putting this stuff in your food after they said they want to reduce the population, even though it kills you? Isn't that fucking weird?
Yeah, getting rid of grass and fucking dirt and sand and putting down rubber pellets. Isn't it
that weird?
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. But I mean, all of that shit can fucking stop.
Yeah.
Grind it up and make new fucking tires.
Seriously. Or
Why?
burn it. Just burn it.
And don't burn tires. You can't burn
Shoot
tires.
it into space.
Yeah.
Fuck space. Pollute Mars.
No. 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 Stop. Don't listen to Patrick. No. But I think like there's solutions for all of that shit. And like recycling should be a viable program and done right.
Yeah.
But right now it's not, and it's fucking sucks. You know, like there's a super cool company, and again, like towards global warming, there's like 100 innovative, awesome companies that come out. I follow this guy on Instagram because they release all these cool, like innovative groups. Bladeless windmills, wind generation was one, super awesome, cost effective to build. It's fucking perfect, doesn't kill millions of birds a year. There's a coral reef place where they're taking rebuilding coral reefs, which is fucking dope.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and then there was another place that reuses all the cane sugar fiber and makes things that actually are biodegradable and have a shelf life.
Nice.
And they
That's
just
good.
but all of those things don't make big companies money.
No, because
So they have to push hard to try, and if you're starting out a small company, like thank God that like the sugarcane place was making money from sugarcane and they were able to like develop this program to make more money. But if you're just starting out, you have a lot harder time trying to get something out there and get it to gain traction.
yeah.
But so yeah, I don't believe in global warming. I don't believe in climate crisis, but I think that as a whole, we have an environmental responsibility. And we can start from the individual to the fucking massive mega elites. We can all be taking pride in what we have.
Except they don't. They don't care.
Yeah, but and a lot of people don't care.
Well,
And
I'm not
we
saying
don't
the
think-
individual. I find that the individual person cares.
I think a lot of them do, but you can see the people, like there's this mentality, and I'm not saying it's specific to our generation, the one before us. Well, actually, the ones before us, I think, were much worse. But I think we're going back to that because of this like self-entitlement kind of nuanced, shitty behavior that's coming from a certain group of people.
Yeah.
And that's not like pointed specifically to like the big SJW groups, but there's just like this self-entitlement nonsense that goes for like 18 to 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
And they're just shitty people to be around.
Yeah.
Like those people have to stop doing that.
Yeah. But like, I find that in a general sense, nonetheless, that like if you walk around downtown and you throw plastic on the ground, you're going to get a lot of like angry stares from people.
That's not enough.
No, but I'm just saying in a general sense that that's people, you can tell what people's opinion is on something by like, they're like, oh, why would you do that type deal? You know,
I have it. Here's a social experiment. Go to any of like the on the run fucking stops.
Yeah.
Or not on the run. Those stupid fucking pull off stops on the highway.
Yeah. En routes.
En route.
I fucking love en routes.
Go there and just wait, especially the ones that get closer to Toronto, and just
Yeah,
they're fucking. Those people are disgusting.
the closer you get to like major cities,
Yeah,
where
they're fucking gross.
they're fuck them all. If you live in an inner city, fuck you.
Yeah, and you don't fucking pick up after yourself.
I'm shitting on them, but like, there's got to be a lot of good people that live in inner cities.
There's a ton of good people that live around, but I mean, like, that pacification of our culture has come to the point where we just like, that's not enough.
Yeah.
You're like, hey,
You think
pick that up.
You,
This has been 3 Dead Babies. We hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. We know we did, and that's all that matters.
Don't forget to leave comments, like the video, and please subscribe. It helps us an amazing amount.
Yeah.
Again, I'm Vampire Jesus.
I'm your fabulous co-host, and we would love to keep, talking shit about everybody's problems. So in that comment section, light it up with whatever's fucking burning your ass, pissing you off, making you crazy, and we'd love to dig into it and have a conversation about it. Until next time, we'll see you later.